Hi there, my name is Sarah, and today I'm making a rice that my Mexican mother-in-law taught me how to make. This is a rice that she grew up making with her mom. So she taught me a few months ago, and I love making this rice. It's super easy, flavorful, it's great. But just keep in mind that if there's anything that you would do differently, that's okay. This is just how she taught me how to make it. And I'm still experimenting with my cooking and learning what things that I would do differently. But I'm going to show you today how she makes it. And if there's anything that you would do differently that you want to share, please put it in the comments because I am always open to new ideas and I welcome any tips or recommendations. So let's get started and I'll show you what you need. You'll need some rice. I like to use jasmine rice, an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, chicken bouillon, onion, and garlic cloves. I like to use about 3 average sized garlic cloves, and then I'll show you how I cut up the onion. And then I like to use a little bit of olive oil to toast the rice when we start, which I'll show you all the steps. So first we're going to toast the rice in the pan. So my mother-in-law does not measure. So I did not know this, but I guess it's like pretty normal for Mexicans to just not measure things and to not use timers either, which I am white and I love using timers and measuring cups. But so basically what she does is she uses a big cup. So this will be about just shy of about 2 cups of rice. So she'll use this, and then the water ratio. So whatever cup you use, you will use 1 cup and like a little less than another cup. So I'll do this of rice, and then she'll fill this with 1 cup of water, and then she'll fill it up again with water, but like 3/4 cup of the water. So that's how she does it. She just uses whatever big cup she has or is available. And then she uses equal parts of almost 2 cups of water, just shy of 2 cups of water. So I hope I said that well enough. Sorry. It's very different to me. I'm very used to using timers and measuring cups and being very exact. And they're just very like, whatever, and then just throw it in the pan and hope for the best. But it works every time. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm going to fill this with rice. So I measured this beforehand just to give you an idea. It's just shy of about 2 cups of rice. So we're going to turn the stove on to about medium high heat, and then we're going to toast the rice in olive oil a little bit. So the olive oil will be like, I don't know, like a tablespoon or so. It's just enough to coat the rice, and we're going to toast it. So I'm going to let it heat up a little bit first before we add the rice. So while we're letting the oil heat up, we're going to prepare the onions and garlic cloves. So the onion, I like to do strips of the onion. So here, I'll show you. So I just take a little piece of onion and then I just cut it into strips like this. It's really easy. I just do a couple of them. I mean, if you like more onion, use more onion. But I usually use about like 4 to 5 big strips. So like that. There. And then I'll save the rest of the onion for another, like what's usable for another batch of rice. I just store it in a container, a sealed tight container in the fridge, and it usually lasts pretty long. So now we're going to do the onion. So you just want to take off the, the outside part. And then I usually cut the ends, because when you cut off the ends, it kind of gets more aroma of the onion or the garlic. Here, let me show you. Here, when you cut it open, it like helps, get more of the garlic flavor. You can even cut this in half if you want and get more garlic flavor if you want. Whatever works for you. Okay, so I'm going to add the rice here. And then we're just gonna coat it with the oil. So it's starting to get toasted. So I'm gonna add the onion and garlic now to let it toast a little bit with the rice. So we're just gonna let it toast for a couple minutes, nothing crazy. And then we're gonna add the tomato sauce next and kind of mix it in with the rice before we add the water. Okay, so we're gonna add the tomato sauce. And then we're gonna mix this up before adding the water. So this is the first cup. I just filled it to the brim here. And then here you'll see the second cup is not quite filled to the top. Guys, I don't know. This is how she does it. And it comes out great every time. So I just follow her the way she does it. All right, we're going to mix that up a little bit, just a little bit. And then we're going to add the chicken bouillon. I like to do 2 tablespoons pretty much. And then I like to mix it up just a little bit, not too much. So my mother-in-law does not time this, but I watched her do it a couple of times and I got around the time. So it's about 20 minutes. So I like to use a timer. But like I said, whatever works for you. But I find that around 20-minute mark is when it's usually done. So I'm just going to let it boil. We'll put the lid on and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. It's been about 20 minutes and it's hard to see in there, but the rice is done. Now, I know it's super tempting to try and lift the lid when the rice is done to see if it's fully cooked or not, but do whatever you can to try not to open the lid, take the lid off. So you want to cook it for about 20 minutes, leave the lid on, turn off the heat, and just leave it on the stove for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then take the lid off, and then you can fluff the rice and check it and stir it and all of that and serve it. There's our rice. So we're just going to fluff it up a little bit. I do not eat the onions or garlic. I just kind of leave them in there or throw them away. Oh yeah, it came out great. So there's your rice. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me again. Like I said, this is how my mother-in-law showed me how she makes it. But, you know, the best thing about cooking at home is you can make it how you like it. Add what you want or take away things you don't want to add. Like, I don't like onion, so I'm not going to touch the onion. But, you know, if you want to eat it, go for it. So let me know in the comments if you have any suggestions that you might do a little different that might make it even better. I'm open to all ideas. And I will see you guys next week for another recipe video. Thank you so much. Bye.